Hey everybody, this is John coming to you here. Got a little video I'd like you to show what I've learned. This is your Harbor Freight basic gun. It's not a bad gun. Picked it up for about $130. It's pretty good, 1.7 tip. I've been using it regularly and I'm learning how to like the quirks about it and how to get it to work and flow nice. Basically, your paint flow adjustment is here. It's about 3.5 turns from full open to full close. I've set it at half the amount right now because it's a 1.7 tip and I'm running at 30 psi, which is also good to get yourself a gauge like this. Put it on the gun. You're gonna run. You're going to show the pressure of the hose. My hose is running at about, I'd say 60 to 80 psi. But as soon as there's a two-part gun. So you got this part is the first part. That lets out air. And then this is air and paint. So that's where I'm set. As soon as you feel the tension touch, you go to air and then paint. So air, paint. So what I'm learning on here is that 80 psi, I'll hold it, I drop it down to 30. So the gauge runs down to 30. Then you disconnect, hook up your regular air hose, and then you're ready to paint. This here is your fan adjustment. They say not to have it too wide open, so I closed it down a little bit. I was trying to get the football spray. It looks like a little thin, almost like an oval, like a weird oval, very, very small. And I tightened it up a little bit with that to get a little bit of a cleaner so I don't get so much overspray on it. I definitely dropped this down because there's a lot of volume coming out. 1.7 is the amount of volume of paint that's coming out of your tip. And then cleaning it is really not that bad. This is a filter I put in for a dryer just to help us get through this paint job. And cleaning it, once you're done painting, it's not really super clean right now, but what I do and what I found is that when the cup is done, say you're done, you're spraying air, you got nothing left. So then you come over and grab yourself some paper towels, get yourself a wad of paper towels and wipe out the excess of the gun, throw it in the garbage. Wipe it out, throw it in the garbage. Get a lot of the junk, the main junk out of there. And then you just go, use regular carburetor cleaner. I start spraying it, I fill up the cup, spray it around. I'll cover the cap back on. Put the vent cap, there's your vent cap for it. I put the vent cap back on, give it a little shake. Try and get that all mixed around in there. Take the vent cap off gently so you don't get any spray. I'll pull this off and then I'll start to run the drip. I'll squeeze the trigger over like a container and start spraying it, letting it drip out. Once it starts to drip out, I stop. I take the rest of that, I put it in a larger container, which I have set up. Let me grab the larger container, I'll show you. So I picked up this larger container here, and this has just carburetor cleaner in. So what I'll do is I'll take that, and if this is my mixing cup, I'll dump it in there, swish it around, dump it back, dump it in there, swish it around, dump it back. So this way I'm not running through a ton of carburetor cleaner all the time. I get most of the stuff out, wipe it out with paper towels till it gets pretty clean, and then finish it up with the carburetor cleaner. It's pretty good. I've sprayed a decent amount of times already, and it seems to have, the carburetor cleaner seems to really do a good job at cleaning out this tip and everything. I have no problems taking it apart. They say sometimes you take out the, this is the pin that controls the paint. I have not taken that out in a while. It still sprays beautifully with it. So all you really need to do is spray some stuff in here, let it drain down, pull off your cap after this is nice and dry, and then you just continue wiping it out. Get the jets out here. This is where the paint goes in, and this tip right here that pulls back, you'll see that's where the paint is getting distributed when you're going to go. So you got it starting, and then it pulls it back. See, so I trigger here, and then it pulls the paint back. So what I'll do is I'll start on the off the edge of the car. I squeeze the trigger to get my spray coming out, and it drops my regulator down to 30 psi coming out of the gun. And then when I get close, I squeeze and I run along the thing, and then I release off. So I always remember to squeeze a little bit, start your airflow, and then you get it to the pressure, or else you'll be blasting it with 80 psi or 60 psi in the beginning, which you don't want to do. That was basically there. You just spin this thing on, clean it out a little bit. Carburetor cleaner dries very fast. Put it back in your stand. Invest in a stand. It's great, you know, for when you're doing your stuff and you got to pour in there. It's just night and day, you know. But that's it. It runs pretty good. Make sure you're running at about, I've heard anywhere from 30. Some people say they put clear on at 40 and like just lay it on there fast. The best thing you want to do though is, the best advice I got from my research was that you want that spray to come out super fine. You want it to be like a carburetor. You're itemizing the spray, so you want to take that spray and just itemize it totally. So this is the way to go. You know, set yourself up, no problem, and that's it. It's pretty basic to clean out. I've actually sprayed the gun a little bit with some of the carburetor cleaner in it into the bucket, you know, just to get the last of the stuff out. And then once you're done cleaning everything out, connect up your hose and blow some air through it, dry air, to get all the rest of the particles out. So when you go to restart, you're not doing any, you're not putting any contaminants into your paint when you paint. All right. And you know, that's it. The less I found with the higher pressure, the less orange peel I'm starting to get with I'm painting this 31 Ford, so we're running along. So with this gun now, I got a couple of coats on it right now, and it's starting to look pretty nice. I haven't cleared it yet, but we're starting to look nice on the fender. We've got some issues that we've come along, but we're learning as we go. Like right there, I got a little change of color here for some reason. It's weird the way flake works. See that change? I'm gonna have to address that. This piece came out nice. All the metal flakes in there, very nice. You can see your face. This piece will have to be redone. This is the same can of paint. I had an issue with it, it bled. And so I resanded it down, and look at the difference in the paint. That's right out of the same can. So we'll continue to work on this. Looks like we might have to hit this up. But all right, give me a like. And you guys have a good day, all right? All right, bye.